Hey everybody, Tom Barnish, Chicago Scene in the South Loop, and in the shadows of old Sears Tower, you have this old headquartered Chicago Northwestern Railway building now turned into the boutique hotel known as Canopy. It is a Hilton property. It's been completely renovated by keeping the old charm of what this hotel used to be, or I should say this old headquarters used to be. I'm going to talk to Neil and Sarah, who are in charge of this place. Give me the tour and what makes this so unique for the Chicago scene. All right, so I made my way inside this wonderful lobby, completely renovated with some of the old relics still hanging around. But this used to be an old office building, and I brought my friends Sarah and Neil in to kind of explain this entire concept. How are you guys?
Doing
Great.
well. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And Sarah, I think I should ask you some of the history of this building, but this used to be the old Chicago Northwestern Railway, now the new Canopy Hotel. What's the full name?
It's the Canopy by Hilton Chicago Central Loop.
And what are some of the fun facts of this building? For people who've driven by here a bunch of times, it's right here across the street from the Sears Tower, but what's some fun facts about this place?
Sure, well, it was constructed in the early 1900s. It's currently slated as a landmark here in Chicago. And the first president was Mr. William B. Ogden, who is actually Chicago's first mayor.
And I imagine that this being a landmark building, there were some restrictions on what you can and can't do. Just like I've done enough of these to hear about that. And I imagine that's what also maybe drew the Canopy brand to this spot, keeping in with some of the old traditions of what this building was and what it will be, right, Neil?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talked a little bit about the location, landmark status. We've had our ups and downs and challenges throughout the process, but we're really proud of how it turned out. And as you can see here, we're sitting in our beautiful lobby of the Canopy Hotel, as we mentioned. So we're really excited to be able to showcase our property and glad that you guys are here.
Absolutely. And part of the reason the Canopy chose this spot is just because the wanting to include the neighborhood, make it functional within the neighborhood, and taking something that was basically out of date and making it modern, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what the Canopy brand is about, is really injecting the city that it resides in into the properties themselves. And Sarah could probably speak a little more about the theme of the hotel and kind of the stuff that's going on around the property.
Right, yeah. So this used to be just probably a drab office building back in the day, right, Sarah? And then now it is this beautiful boutique hotel. Give me some of the amenities or some of the highlights that people might expect when they come here.
Sure, I want to talk a little bit about the inspiration for design.
Sure.
So that all stems from the Pullman Palace car, which was created by George Pullman himself.
On the south side of Chicago, for
Whoop,
sure.
whoop.
Yeah.
After a really uncomfortable train ride from Buffalo to Westfield, he was determined to create a train experience that was comfortable, efficient, and cost-effective. And he was successful in doing that. And for decades, over 26 million people traveled on the Pullman Palace car. So here at the Canopy, we pay tribute to that car and transport you back to the golden age of train travel.
Right, and so that's what the rooms are inspired by, those old Pullman cars, and the name Canopy is seen in physical form above some of the beds and some of the decorations within the space, right?
Right, Tom. So you really see that theme if you look at the jewel tones throughout the hotel and in the spaces and the artwork, and then really the thoughtful food and beverage items too.
Right, we'll get to the food and beverage in a second, but I want to talk more about the rooms and the colors. And people are wondering, will this have a rooftop? Will it have, workout facilities? It has all that, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So we do have a full fitness center that has techno gym equipment. We also have a rooftop that's opening up sometime later this year that we're really excited about. It's got great views of the Willis Tower. As you mentioned, we're located next door to the Willis Tower. So we're excited to have that open sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and you have this unique green color throughout the space and the hallways walking up to the rooms, as well as the workout facility, and then kind of matching some of the decor that I see here in the lobby as well. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Yes, we kind of categorize it as jewel tones throughout. Lots of rich, deep tones.
All right, so one of the highlights of staying at any hotel in the city is the food. So what do you guys have here as far as options for people to try out?
So Depot 226 is our restaurant at the hotel, and we feature breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all-day dining. So we featured a smoked ham panini, an Italian beef, and a cheeseburger.
And that's just some of the things that people can have as far as, because you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, all here at the hotel, all ready for people to come and try out, right?
Yes, it's a scratch kitchen, so everything is made fresh daily, which
Oh.
is something we're really proud of.
All that sounds wonderful. So what's the best way for people to go about making reservations so they can stay here either this spring or this summer?
Sure, it's easy to make reservations online. Just look up Canopy by Hilton Chicago Central Loop, or follow us on Instagram at Canopy Shy Loop.
That's wonderful. Thank you both very much, Sarah and Neil. That's the Chicago Scene, TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago Scene, that's TBarness at WGNTV.com. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you.